Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. And you are most welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in then. Don't stand by the front door. Sit down if you can find a seat. And welcome to Friday's edition of the dceu Daily. You've noticed I'm a bit more pumped than normal, right? Because today is Shazam Day. It is the international release of the latest DC movie, Shazam. It's been a long wait for all of us. I saw the test screening a few months back and I loved it. But obviously the test screening is very different to the theatrical cut you're all going to be going to see today. Hopefully, and you keep on going back to watch it. So I need to see that theatrical release. Haven't seen it yet. I'm so excited. So what is going on with DC films right now? It just seems like it's difficult for someone like me to say the words course correction because I love Man of Steel. I say this every day. I love Batman v Superman. In fact, I binged both those films back to back, and it's beautiful, right? I love Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and even elements of Justice League. Aquaman was awesome as well. I had that on this morning. It is a course correction. Correction, I suppose, is the wrong term to use, especially if you love the entire of the DCEU. Now, I was watching a video the other day and someone said, oh, we shouldn't be making movies for kind of mainstream audiences. And I don't agree with that. You know, Warner Brothers are a business. But what Walter Hamada and Peter Safran are doing is brilliant because they're saying, we are going to look at the character we're making a solo film for and decide on the tone that character needs in his solo journey. So Batman and the Joker are darker characters. So that's obvious, right? So, listen, I love Man of Steel, but it is a really dark movie for a Superman movie. We do need a lighter tone movie for Superman. I know a lot of you, as I keep on saying, are going to unsubscribe and hate me for saying that. Superman is a brighter character. I don't necessarily think you need to kind of recreate what Dick Donner did. What Dick Donner did worked for that era. But I do think the fact that Christopher Reeve's Superman did have some fun elements to it, but did mix some darkness. I mean, Superman the movie, you get all the fun in the Daily Planet and, you know, all the quips and all that. But ultimately, the main moment of that film, when he fails to save Lois Lane and she's dead and he's screaming to the high heavens and he can hear his father's voice saying, you are forbidden to interfere in human history. That's so dark. That's so epic. That's so compelling. You know, so even that film had element of darkness and a compelling nature to it. So I don't think it's just about mixing it up. Shazam mixes up the tones. It's funny, it's light, it's fun, it's inspirational, but it's also quite scary at times, you know, and quite dark as well. So I think we kind of got dug down in our own dirt, if you like. Said, ooh, superhero movies should be dark. No, all superheroes should be light and generic. No, they can be all things, right? You just got to make a great movie. Certainly, we started off very dark and compelling and realistic, and we can get that in certain films. Of course we can, but also we want the fun. We want everything, right? And I think that's what Shazam gives you. It gives you the best of both worlds. The Joker movie from that trailer. Now, we do need to talk about the Joker movie a little bit more because I do feel this is going to be a sea change. And I think when Feige and Disney and the MCU look at it, they're going to say, this is a place we just can't go to. So very interestingly, with Black Widow, they have refused to give it an R rating. Now, that surprised me a great deal. I'm not here to talk about the MCU. I'm just interested what they're going to do with that film. Of course, it's going to be slightly darker. It has to be. So, but the thing is, what DC and Warner Brothers are doing with the Black Label, with the Joker movie, they're saying, you know, these are just offshoot movies. We're just telling a character story. And they can do that. And as I say, it's a place Disney cannot go to. Warner Brothers could have brought in Todd Phillips, people like Robert De Niro, Joaquin Phoenix in the starring role as the Joker. You know, there's no way that would happen. You would not be able to get those people over at Disney. You wouldn't be able to get these filmmakers and that actor for an MCU film because these are critically acclaimed people. They saw this script. They saw an opportunity, if you like, to make something real, something that really hits your gut. And this is what this film is going to be. This is not just about telling the Joker's story. Of course, that's the most important thing. I've said this before, that this will be a commentary about mental health and the way people perceive mental illness. We saw the part in the trailer when Arthur is writing down what the world expects of people. You know, they always expect you to be happy. They always expect you to be normal. And if you don't, you get rejected. With my battles with mental health, ill mental health, and I have had them, I wouldn't say to the 10 level, but I have had issues throughout my life, which I've had to have help with. I do feel that people feel very uncomfortable with people who do suffer with mental health and have mental health problems. And I think what you see him writing down there is going to be very relevant to a lot of people. So you've got the element of telling this dark, offbeat, Elseworld Joker story, but you've also got this commentary about mental health. And the Thomas Wayne character is going to be very interesting. I don't think it's that this Thomas Wayne is going to be a bad character. I think from the perception of Arthur and the Joker, he's a bad man, and you can see he gets fixated with him. He goes to Wayne Manor. We see what he does to a young Bruce Wayne. But I've got a little theory, and I know I've jumped from Shazam to Joker movie. I'm obsessed with everything DC right now, as I always am. I mean, look. But anyway, right, close your eyes and imagine this. The Joker movie starts. We're in the present day. The Joker is kneeling on the floor with blood coming out of his jaw. He's doing his cackle, he's doing his laugh. And standing over him is the Batman. Yes, the Batman standing over him. He's just beat him to a pulp and the Joker's still laughing. And then it flashbacks for the centerpiece of the movie. The year's 1970, whatever. Then we start this origin story of the Joker. What if the Joker movie starts like that? Well, I tell you something. If the Joker movie starts like that, I'm going to be so pumped. I'm going to be so excited. It's just a theory, but I think we could see a Batman cameo in this. Of course, we can see him in the mask because if they haven't cast an actor by then, but come on. By October, seeing this, the filming is going to start around November or whenever they're going to start, or even before then, for the Batman. There's going to have to be a casting. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, yeah, but this is Elseworld. The Batman's going to be in the DCEU. Or is he? Or, there's lots of potential here because although it's an Elseworld story, there's no reason. There are ways within the DC Comics universe that characters from different universes can get into Earth 1. So what if this Joker, right, finds a way and finds himself in Earth 1 as well? Now, that would be very interesting to me. I think, look, there's so much potential in what Walter Hamada and Peter Safran are doing now. I'm just really, really excited about this course correction. And as I say, it isn't a rejection of what Zack Snyder did, but I do feel this idea is so good because these are films on their own, in their own right, but they will have little connectivity. Now, of course, as we keep on saying, the Joker movie is an offshoot Elseworld story, but it doesn't mean it can never connect to the DC extended universe, and this is what I'm talking about. It's very, very exciting. But to go back to Shazam, for me, as a kid, there was nothing more exciting than going to see a DC film. Now, I'm 46 years old, so the DC films I had available to me in cinemas when I was a kid and when I was from 10 to 14 were the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. I was too young to see Superman the movie or Superman 2. I did see Superman 3 and Superman 4 in the cinema. And say what you want about those films. I remember the buzz. I remember turning on my telly and the interviews with Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder and whoever was directing the films back then. You know, it was something extremely special. And I remember, as bad as people say Superman 4 is, and it is bad because of the budget cuts that film faced, I actually came out the cinema pumped after watching Superman 4. Because what you've got to understand is, I was 14 years old. I love Nuclear Man. I love those footprints he made. There was some pretty awesome things in that film. And Christopher Reeve was still an awesome Superman. He did his best. His acting was brilliant, and I really, really enjoyed it. So, and this is what I'm talking about. The buzz for a release of a DC movie is something extremely special, and you feel proud as a fan that these movies are being made, whatever the quality of them. But I do feel the DCEU films have been great quality. Again, Justice League, like Superman 4, had budget cuts and, had reshoots and all these things because they decided not to go the darker direction of Zack Snyder. And that was clearly a mistake. But all in all, I think the solo movies of this franchise have been freaking beautiful. And, Shazam is no exception. They are going down a new direction. It's a direction on focusing on these movies, focusing on these characters, and maybe along the line making them a little bit more connected. And this really excites me. So I want you to enjoy yourselves if you're going to watch Shazam today. Please comment down below. Let me know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's edition of the DCEU Daily.